It took Elaine Bredehoft only hours after the verdict was read to get on interviews to spew lies about Depp's claims, and she also spoke about how Amber would appeal. But it seems those were just that words, as now that the final meeting between the parties has been held, they've made some revelations about that appeal subject, and you're gonna want to hear about them. So, exactly what is the gist on Amber filing for appeal? Till this day, it is still not clear to many why Amber and her lawyer decided to get on national TV to trash all the parties that were involved in hearing their case, including the judge and jury. But that's not even the worst part of this whole thing. The worst part is that they actually revealed on those same interviews that they had plans to appeal the verdict that was unanimously reached by a jury, which raised a lot of eyebrows. And although several professionals weighed in on the subject, with some even stating that they actually had a shot at winning, it seems all of that is finally over, as reports have revealed they only have little time to make their case.
Quick, if you can, what the next steps are in terms of, so you mentioned the bond, you mentioned that Elaine Bredehoft might be fighting this in terms of emotion. Now if we move on to an appeal, when do we have a sense of when that might be, when she might have to file, how this process is going to work, where it might be, anything like that, Anjanette?
You know, she has a limited amount of time to file an appeal. They've already filed the notice of appeal, and I'm looking through my notes, Jesse, because we weren't allowed to have any electronic devices in the courtroom, and I was writing as quickly as I could. So I think that she has to file something somewhere between 21 and 30 days. So I'm looking through my notes again. So let me just double check on that before I actually say a definitive date, but it's coming up soon, is my point. She's got a limited amount of time, and obviously you can file the notice of appeal, and a lot of times, you know, you don't have your stuff ready, and these lawyers go back to the court and they ask for an extension of time, and they're granted an extension of time. So that's often how those things go.
And although it already looks like she is in a terrible position, this isn't even the worst revelation that was made from the meeting. According to reports from correspondents inside the courtroom, the actress won't be able to file for appeal if she doesn't have that money. And that's not all. She not only has to provide the entire $10.4 million, but she also has to put up an additional 6% interest on that money per year, depending on what she pays. And that 6% isn't limited to the appeal alone. It actually extends to whenever she has the money to pay Johnny Depp. All of this is pretty ironic, given that the main reason she wanted to appeal the judgment was because she didn't have the money to pay the settlement that was awarded, and she saw it as an opportunity to evade it. But with this new development, there's no possible way on earth that she can avoid that payment. I know we already agreed that Johnny won, but I just have to say that this feels like another different win, especially because she had been consistently attacking him online over the past week. The meeting that was held between the two parties was pretty brief and precise. The outcome was pretty unexpected for many, and that's why a lot of fans are now talking about it online. Starting with this user who wrote, "I have questions. Elaine claimed Amber Heard could not afford the $10 million she owes Depp. Where is she going to find the money for the bond from to lodge her appeal? Will her ex Elon Musk pay it as child support? No one is really sure what Amber plans to do about it, but whatever it is, she better act fast. Tell us, do you think she is going to find a way to raise the money and appeal in time, or she'll just count her losses?"